Hi, lovelies. Good morning. Or good night. Whenever you decide to watch this, I hope you are doing good in mind, body, and spirit. So I want to talk to you guys about co-parenting because I myself am co-parenting with my daughter's dad, and we've been doing a lot better, right? Because at first it was very rocky. I can't lie, because I would have separation anxiety with my daughter, right? And so it was hard for me to allow her to go with her dad. And this is like way back. Maybe she was like a year and a half, right? And I was still breastfeeding her. And so I was like, no, you can't have her overnight or whatever, And so it was like a battle at first. But then he really, was asking to see her. So I had to really take a step back and think, what's more important? Me and how I feel, or the bond that my daughter will have with her dad? And so obviously the bond with her dad won. And so it took time. I mean, another thing that we would battle with was the whole child support, right? Because that's such a touchy subject in itself, because when money is involved, people become completely different, right? So it was something that we also had to adjust to, and it was a battle. But we got past it. It did take quite a while, but we've grown so much since then. My daughter's now 6 years old. She's gonna be 7 this year, and the bond that he and I have with my daughter is incredible. Like, I'm so grateful. And so I kind of want to go over where your focus should be, right? Because there's so many people that are trying to co-parent, but they have so many obstacles, or they choose to make small battles into like something big, when it's like your focus should always be the child, right? And what's best for the child. And her dad and I may not see eye to eye about a lot of things. We may have different lifestyles, but at the end of the day, like, we both love her so much that we have to come together. We have to agree to disagree. And that's really important. And it takes a lot of maturity, a lot of strength, a lot of courage, a lot of communication. And I feel like if you really dedicate yourself, right, to make it work for the baby, because you have to put your feelings aside, because at the end of the day, it's what the baby needs. It's what the child needs, right? And I feel like a lot of people don't focus on that. They're so wrapped up in their own emotions about a situation, and like, no. You need to shift your focus to be the child's well-being and their happiness, right? Because like I said, me and Piggy's dad don't see eye to eye on things, but we've come to accept, what? We're going to agree to disagree, and we're going to function as a family, because at the end of the day, that's what we are, right? And no matter what, like recently, something tragic happened, right, in his life, and my immediate reaction was to be by his side, no matter what. Like, we're not together. We haven't been together for years. But my first instinct was to be there for him, because it's important. Like, I can't emphasize enough how important it is for you to stand by your loved ones when things are bad, Why? Because in those moments, not only are we vulnerable, right? But in those moments, we won't forget who was there for us and who wasn't there, you know? And so, like I said, I was by his side immediately. I literally dropped everything and made sure he was okay and that we were there for him. Piggy and I were both there for him, and just to ensure that he was okay, you know? And these are the things that are more important than any little battle you want to choose, any petty argument you want to have. And that's what I want to emphasize today is like, we need to value life. We need to, because any petty battle is meaningless. If someone is hurt, if someone is in a situation that's life or death, like, and that's what people need to focus on. Like, really think about, is this worth fighting about? You know? Because to me, at the end of the day, Piggy's dad's life is more important than any difference we have, right? And like I said, he and I don't see eye to eye. But we come to terms about things. And we don't agree, obviously, like I said, on things. But we're still there to support one another, no matter what. Like, I know if I'm ever in any kind of situation where I don't feel safe or something's bothering me, he's gonna be there, you know? And that's family. And so I want you guys to focus on, when you're in a situation that you're upset with, you know, your baby mama or baby daddy, that you reevaluate the situation. Like, instead of instinctively like wanting to be upset or pick a fight, like, no, that's not healthy for the kids. The kids feed off of that. The kids carry that. They don't even understand what's going on, right? But they feel it because of the energy that you guys are projecting amongst each other. And that's another thing too, okay? Do not argue in front of your children, because they will remember that. They carry that. They think it's okay. So that when they grow up and they find a significant other, they think, you know what? Well, mom and dad used to do it, and they showed they loved each other, and they're going to think it's okay. And it's not okay. So you need to think of them in those moments rather than being so full of what you're so upset about. No. The baby's safety, the baby's well-being in the long run is more important than a petty argument. Let me tell you right now. Because you don't want them to have that trauma. I know that when the heat of the moment, you don't think of any of that, right? But you need to, because the child is more important than anything. The child should be above any petty argument. And so that's why I honestly feel so blessed, right? No matter how different my baby daddy and I am, we've never argued in front of my daughter. We've never yelled at each other. And we made a pact, you know, of keeping our word when it came to that. That no matter how angry we are at each other, that we're not going to show that to our child. He and I can have a side conversation where the baby is not involved, so that we can figure it out, communicate, share our frustrations, aside from our baby feeling that energy. So I honestly hope that you guys get something out of this, because it's important for the children, because they are our world and they deserve better behavior from us, you know, so that they have an example of role models people who get along, even if they don't see eye to eye. So that's basically my message for today, is like, really think about the way you speak to each other. Really think about the arguments, and if they're worth arguing about. Put it in perspective. Is their life more important than this petty argument? And I know that's like drastic, and like, it's just, I'm trying to get you guys to see the bigger picture of things, right? Because when, like I said, we're in the heat of the moment, we're upset about something so small that we've made into this big thing. But just literally think of that. Is this more important than their life? No. No argument is more important than their life. And you have to value life, you guys. Especially right now. How we're losing people left and right. And it hurts so deeply that we're trying to heal. We're trying to recover from that. And it's not easy if you're trying to do that by yourself. So might as well come together in those hard times. Why have an argument? It's okay to agree to disagree. It's okay. Trust me. Yes, it takes a lot of maturity. Like I said, a lot of strength. But if you both set your mind to doing that, you will achieve it. And be patient with yourselves, because it doesn't happen overnight, let me tell you. It took us years. But it was both of us really trying our best, and trying different things to figure out what works for us. Because what may work for us may not work for you guys, right? Or what may work for you guys doesn't work for us. We're all different. But just try different things, different approaches, and please respect one another. Like, let's say baby daddy wants to start tripping, right? He wants to be disrespectful. So I need to be above that and say, oh, he wants to act a fool? Okay, he can go act a fool on his own. I'm not going to sit there and stoop to his level because he wants to act a fool. No. And vice versa. Like, let's say if I act a fool, then he knows to, you know what, let me give her some space. She's upset. And push forward. Let time go by so that we can cool down. Just be the bigger person. Yes, it takes a lot of maturity and a lot of strength, okay? But you have to find it in yourself. Not just for you, but for your child. Because they are everything, right? You want what's best for them. So what's best for them is for you to behave and be that role model in those difficult situations. Because, life, if we had lessons on life, man, it would help us a lot. It would protect us from a lot of heartache, for sure, right? But a lot of us have to learn firsthand. A lot of us have to be in the situation to learn from things, because I could give you all the answers, right? Yet you'll still go on that route that I told you. You know what? There's a bear trap over there on this and that, and you still go, because people tend to have to experience it for themselves in order to learn. So I have learned that that's okay for me to just let people go on their journey, even though I gave them the answers, and for them to learn on their own, right? But what hurts me at times, but I've learned to just accept, that they need that for themselves. And so they come back hurt or upset or, Yvette, you were right. And I'm like, I tried telling you, you know, but I'm here for you. I'm here no matter what. I'm always gonna be here. And those of you who know me, I am a woman of my word, you know, and I will never guide anybody wrong. I always do my best to think of all paths for that certain situation you may share with me. And I will give you each path and tell you the outcome, right? From my knowledge, my experiences. And so you have options, right? That's how I present things. You have options. And so if you want this, then do that. And that's how I set it up. And people tend, like I said, to choose a path that isn't the best for them, but that's what they want to do. That's what they're inclined to do, right? And I'm like, okay, well, that's gonna happen. And they're like, they don't believe me, or I don't know what it is. But I'm there for them either way. You know, I will love them through their journey. So that's basically how it's been, you know, with the whole co-parenting thing. Is I've had to learn to care for and love my daughter's dad through everything, you know, but from a distance, because that's what's best for me. And that's okay. And that's another thing too, is I've discussed with my daughter what it is. And she knows in her heart, her dad and I will not be together. And that's okay. Because she will always have both of us, even though we're not together. And she knows that. And she's okay with it. She's adapted to it. You know, she doesn't wonder, oh, will they get back together? No. She doesn't wonder, oh, it's my fault because they're not together. No. You have to be upfront with these children because they're so smart, you guys. They're so advanced in their years. And I mean, my daughter, I've spoken to her since she was a baby. I used to talk to her like she was grown. And I would always give her heads up about where we were going, even though she was only a baby, you guys. So if you have babies out there, that's another thing I could recommend to you guys. Like, let's say, obviously right now we're not going to no parties or anything, but when I would take my daughter, we would be on the way to a get-together, right? I would tell her, Mama, you know, we're going to be around a lot of people, and it's okay. It might be kind of loud. They might want to hold you, and that's okay. They just want to get to know you and say hi, you know, but Mommy and Dad are going to be there to take care of you. I swear to you, you guys, I would say this to my child every single time since she was a baby. And so when we would get to this place, right, and I would also tell her, Mama, if you're tired and you want to take a nap, it's okay. Go ahead and take a nap, and Mommy and Daddy will take care of you, you know. And then when it's time to go, we're all gonna go. And I swear to you, I lost count how many times people have told me that, wow, your baby's so calm. She's so comfortable, you know, even though she was in a new environment. And I would tell them my secret, which was I tell her everything before we get there so that she is ready for the situation, for the setup, you know, because I feel like that's why babies aren't happy in new settings, because they're like, oh my God, what is going on? What is all of this noise? Who are all these people? Imagine, like, if you were to go somewhere, right? Someone's surprising you and taking you somewhere, and there's all these people you don't know, and it's just a new environment. Like, it's not fair to them for you to just push them to a new setting without warning them. And trust me, mark my words. Try doing that with your baby and see how different it will be. Trust me, it works. Because I'm telling you, people would be like, how is she so calm, you know? And I would tell them. I warned her. I let her know what the game plan was for that day, and that it was okay if she slept, and it was okay if someone wanted to carry her, and that she shouldn't be scared. You know, it's just giving the child reassurance. Now, when it comes to a toddler, okay, it's a whole different ball game, because you guys know how toddlers can be. You tell them where we're going, they're gonna be bugging and bugging. Chingue, chingue. When are we going? When are we going? When are we going? Right? And it's like, oh, Dios mío. So you have to be very careful when it comes to that. So what I've done, I've kind of altered the game plan, which is I'll tell her when we're on our way and almost there, right? Because if I tell her the minute we get in the car and I have to drive an hour, excuse me, she's gonna be like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Yeah, you don't want that. So don't do that. With the toddler, I'll just tell her, like, we're gonna go have fun somewhere, you know? And then, like I said, once we're getting closer, that's when I let her know, baby, we're gonna go miniature golfing. And so she gets all hyped, all excited, right? And there's nothing like the joy in her face of knowing where we're going. But yes, these are just a few things that I could think of when it comes to co-parenting. So I hope this helps you guys in any way. Let me know in the comments below. And I'm so excited to bring you guys new content this month. And I'm trying to go out with a bang, right? Getting rid of, well, not getting rid of, but it's because I'm gonna turn 30 this month, you guys. So I'm trying to live it up as a 29-year-old. Hey. So yeah, I'm just trying to share my wisdom with you guys in whatever way I can. And I just hope I can help just one person, just one, and I'll be happy, right? Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, night, whenever you decide to watch this. And I'll talk to you guys soon. See you next time. Bye.